Hi, welcome to my YouTube video. Today we are going to discuss about IC engine and performance of IC engine. So before discussing about IC engine, first we should know what is engine. As we know that we heard about the word daily in our life, engine. And for example, we can say in bus, in a lorry, in a two-wheeler vehicles, etc. We can heard the word about engine. So what is actually engine? So we can define that one. Engine is a machine designed to convert one form of energy to mechanical energy. Means it is a machine designed to convert one form of energy to mechanical energy. Say for example, fuel energy means you can say chemical energy into heat energy, and that heat energy converted into mechanical energy. This is nothing but what? Engine. Means engine is a machine designed to convert one form of energy to mechanical energy. This is definition of engine. Now come to the next point, heat engine. So what is heat engine? Heat engine, it is a device which converts the heat energy of a fuel into thermal energy by burning the fuel to produce the mechanical work. Say for example, IC engine. IC engine is what? You can heard about bus, lorry, rickshaw, car, vehicle, two-wheeler. In all our engines, there is a IC engine. So that is nothing but what? Heat engine. Means it is a device which converts the heat energy of fuel into thermal energy by burning the fuel to produce the mechanical work. Means by burning the fuel, we can produce the heat energy, and that heat energy is converted into mechanical energy by using some mechanical device. It's nothing but what? Heat engine. Or simply can say it is the engine which converts heat energy into mechanical energy, or mechanical energy into heat energy. It's called what? Simply heat engine. And there are two types of engines. First is EC engines and second is IC engines. So I think all I could know about IC engine, but most of people don't know EC engine. Let me explain one by one. First one, EC engines means we can say external combustion engines. In this engine, combustion of fuel takes place outside the engine cylinder. Means the combustion of fuel takes place outside the engine cylinder. Say for example, steam engine or steam turbine. In our sugar plant, we heard about the word boiler. In that boiler, what will happen? There is a formation of steam, because to form the steam there is fuel is required to heat the water or to boil the water, and this is done outside the plant of sugar or sugar plant. So means what? Burning of fuel takes place outside the engine plant, and after formation of steam, steam will carry from boiler to turbine. In that turbine, we're going to convert steam into mechanical work by expanding the steam on turbine blades. This is nothing but what? EC engine. Or one more example is our old locomotives. In that, we can see the one man is pouring the fuel into the furnace continuously in our old locomotive. That is nothing but what? Steam engine. Because to form the steam, heat is required. To produce heat, fuel is required. Means by burning the fuel, we can produce the heat, and by using that heat, we are going to produce the steam. That steam is converted into mechanical work by expanding the steam on turbine blades. Is called what? EC engine. Means external combustion engine. Simply The combustion of fuel takes place outside the engine cylinder. This is EC engine. Second is IC engine, means internal combustion engine. In this engine, combustion of fuel takes place inside the engine cylinder. Means the combustion of fuel takes place inside the engine cylinder itself. Say for example, our bike engine, bus engine, truck engine, car engine, etc. In these vehicles, the combustion of fuel takes place inside the engine cylinder. Fuel means what in this? We can say petrol or gasoline, diesel, etc. These are called what in this fuel, and these are burned inside the engine cylinder. Means combustion of fuel takes place inside the engine cylinder. These are called internal combustion engines. So, for example, I told you petrol or gasoline engine, diesel engine, etc. These are called IC engines. This is what basic of engine. Next, terminology of IC engine. The figure shows what terminology of IC engine. There are many parts of engines are there. First is inlet manifold, clearance volume, cylinder head, exhaust port, top dead center means you can say TDC, next cylinder, then bottom dead center, and lastly bore. This is nothing but what terminology of IC engine. The figure shows you what IC engine sketch. Just observe this one. There are lot of parts are there. Inlet manifold, clearance volume, stroke, cylinder head, exhaust port. TDC means top dead center, then piston, cylinder, bottom dead center means you can see it's not TDC, this is BDC. Write it here BDC. This is not TDC. Then bore. These are called a terminology of IC engine, and these are simply main parts of IC engine. Let me explain one by one. First, observe figure carefully. In this, very important is what? Clearance volume. This is called what? Clearance volume means I told you in here remark here. This is called what? Stroke clearance volume, and from here to here this is stroke. These are the very important. Let me explain one by one. First one, bore. Bore is the nominal inside diameter of the engine cylinder is called bore. Means this is called what? Bore. If this is the nominal inside diameter of cylinder is called what? Bore. And this is indicated capital D or small d, and it is measured in terms of millimeter or meter. Then second is TDC means top dead center. This is the extreme position of the piston at the top of the cylinder of the vertical engine. Means see here, this is called what? TDC. This is top of cylinder when piston at TDC is called what? Top dead center. In this, the piston does not cross this line. This is called what? Top dead center. Means it is the position of piston at the top of the cylinder when piston at TDC means top dead center. See here, this is what? TDC, top dead center. Next is bottom dead center. It's not this is BDC. BDC means what? The extreme position of the piston at the bottom of the cylinder of the vertical engine. Means this is bottom of this piston is called what? Bottom dead center. Means is extreme position of piston when at bottom of the piston is called what? BDC. Means bottom dead center. Next, stroke. Next is what? Stroke. It is the distance traveled by the piston from TDC to BDC is called what? Stroke. Means the piston move from TDC to BDC is called what? One stroke, or simply you can say what? Stroke. Means when piston move from TDC to BDC, or you can say BDC to TDC is called what? Stroke. Then, or you can say this one, I can define this one also. The maximum distance traveled by the piston in the cylinder in one direction. It may be from TDC to BDC or BDC to TDC. Is called what? The maximum distance traveled by the piston in the cylinder in one direction. The piston will be moved from top to bottom or bottom to top in one direction. It's called what? One stroke. This is nothing but what? Stroke. Then clearance volume. This is called clearance volume, and you can simply this is denoted phi suffix c. Is a volume between the cylinder head and piston top when the piston at TDC. Means what? Is a volume between the cylinder head and piston top when the piston at TDC. Means shear. This is what? Volume. Shear. This is the volume. Nothing but what? Clearance volume. Means this is the volume of cylinder when piston at TDC is called what? Clearance volume. Means above the piston, but when piston at TDC is called what? Clearance volume. Or simply you can say like this P suffix C. Means clearance C. And in this, the combustion takes place in this region only. Means the combustion takes place in this only. This is nothing but what? Clearance volume. Or I can define it also, the volume of cylinder that is not sucked by the piston each time the ignition takes place in this volume only. I told you it is what? The volume which is not sucked by the piston. Means piston will not move in that region is called what? Simply clearance volume. And in each ignition takes place in this region or in this volume only is called what? Clearance volume. Next, swept volume. It is a displacement of one cylinder. It is the volume, or you can say it is the volume between top dead center and bottom dead center. As the piston travels from top to bottom, it sweeps the total volume. Means, so when piston move from TDC to BDC, that volume is called what? Swept volume. Means when piston move from TDC to BDC or BDC to TDC, how much volume is covered, that volume is called swept volume. So in one stroke, the piston will cover certain volume, that is called swept volume. Here it is the volume between top dead center and bottom dead center as the piston travel from top to bottom. Means it sweeps the total volume between TDC to BDC is called swept volume. And this one measured, this measurement can be listed in cubic inches or cubic millimeters. So you can say CC means cubic centimeters. It is in terms of measure. Next, total volume. Total volume nothing but what? The sum of clearance volume and swept volume. Means total volume nothing but what? It is sum of clearance volume plus swept volume. Means from top of cylinder to BDC, you can say. This is nothing but what? Total volume. Or can write total volume equal to Vc plus Vs. This is nothing but what? Total volume. Means it is the sum of clearance volume and swept volume is called total volume. The next, compression ratio. This is a very important aspect in each and every vehicle. How we can define this one? It is the ratio of volume the piston at bottom dead center to the volume at top dead center. It is denoted by small r. Means it is the ratio of volume of the piston at bottom dead center to the volume at top dead center is called what? Compression ratio. It is denoted by small r, and mathematically we can write r equals to Vc plus Vs divided by Vc. Means r equal to clearance volume plus swept volume whole divided by clearance volume. And the higher this ratio, the greater will be the power output from the given engine. Means if the compression ratio is very high, we can get more power from the engine. This is nothing but what? Compression ratio. Means, say for example in this, what I can explain compression ratio. So when fuel will enter in this cylinder, it will occupy from top of cylinder to bottom of this piston. This is the what area occupied by the fuel. So when you are going to compress this fuel, it will occupy the less space, that is nothing but what? Vc. So say for example, this is equals to volume 3 meter cube and this Vc equal to 1 meter cube. So this is nothing but what? Compression ratio means 3:1. So we're going to compressing 3 meter cube to 1 meter cube. Nothing but what? Compression ratio. So how much compress we're going to compress the fuel, or you can say charge, into the cylinder before ignition takes place. That is called what? Compression ratio. That is equal to what? Small r equals to Vc plus Vs, means clearance volume plus swept volume, means this one plus this one whole divided by Vc, this Vc. Nothing but what? Compression ratio. So before compressing, what is the value of, means volume of charge? Then after compressing, what is the value of charge, or can say fuel? Nothing but what? Compression ratio. See here, this is what? Compression ratio. And if the compression ratio is very high, means as compression ratio increases, the output power from the engine will be increases. And this compression ratio is different for petrol and diesel engines, and that will be explained in next video. Thank you very much.